Hello, this is Bilal, your economic instructor. Today we'll be solving some MCQs for the chapter Market Efficiency for the level A2. So there are a lot of MCQs. Let's get started. What is an example of market failure? Well, market failure arises due to several reasons. One of them is not allocating property rights. So if a person does not know what is included in his property rights, he would misuse it, as a result create externalities. So that is a short answer, very easy to find. Diseconomies of scale, no, that's not a market failure. Market failure is basically when there is no or when there is allocative inefficiencies. So diseconomies of scale is relating to productive efficiency. High prices caused by increase in demand, well, this can be the answer if the type of good was mentioned. For example, merit good. Existence of scarcity, no. All right, so let's move on. Why would an economy wish to achieve economic efficiency? Well, basically to allocate the resources in the best possible manner. That's the best answer, right? So, achieve equal distribution of income? No. Inequality of income will always be present in a market, so that's not the objective. Achieve full employment? Well, that is also not the objective. To ensure international competitiveness? No. To ensure resources are not wasted, which means the resources are allocated in the best possible way, right? What will happen if a firm is taxed by an amount equal to the external cost that it imposes on the rest of the society? Now, if the external cost is, let's say, $10 per unit, and we tax them 10 per unit. So this means we are ensuring that there is allocative efficiency and there is no market failure, right? The amount of external cost created should be equal to the tax imposed so that there is no market failure. All right, that is the concept. Let's look at the options. Production will increase? No, the production would decrease. Resource allocation would be improved? Yes. Resource allocation will be maximized? Not necessarily. There will be no effect upon the production. No, there will be effect, especially if there is taxes, the production would decrease, as simple as that, right? So moving on to the fourth MCQ, the current distribution of goods between two individuals in a two-person economy given technology and resources at point X. So this is point X. According to Pareto criterion, which point would definitely indicate increase in allocative efficiency? So a point where you can make someone better off without making the other worse off would improve allocative efficiency. Let's look at the options. If you're moving from X to A, we are not improving Fatima. X to B, we're not improving Fatima. X to D, we're not improving Sunil, right? C, we are making Sunil better off without making Fatima worse off. So C supposedly is the right answer. What action by a firm is most likely to raise its dynamic efficiency? Now, dynamic efficiency means improvement in technology, investing in research and development to improve the production so that the average total cost decreases, right? Distributing all its profits to existing shareholders? No. Maximizing the labor productivity of its current worker? Well, let's look at the other options. Minimizing the average cost of producing its current output. Well, this can be the answer. But what happens when we are involved in dynamic efficiency? This is my initial ATC. Because of technology, the ATC would decrease. Now, this is my new ATC, right? Retaining its current profits for product research and development so that the cost would decrease. Basically, dynamic efficiency has everything to do with technology and research and development. So D is my right answer, right? If we minimize the average cost, right? So that would lead to productive efficiency. We need to lower the ATC. All right, that is one of the concepts of dynamic efficiency. Okay, we did something like this earlier. Let's look at it again. Current distribution of goods between two individuals in a two-person economy with given technology and resources is at point X. According to Pareto criterion, which point should definitely increase allocative efficiency, which means we are improving one and not worsening the other person. So X is definitely Summers is being worsened off. Now let's look at D. Samer is the same, but Tariq's production has decreased, right? So D is not the answer. B. Samer has improved and Tariq remained the same. He is not worse off, right? So B is the right answer, and C obviously is incorrect because Tariq is now worse off, right? So B is the right answer. The concept of allocative efficiency assumes that each individual in society is the best judge of their economic welfare. Well, okay, what example of government intervention is based on an argument which rejects this assumption? Now, what the question is saying that every individual knows what is best for him. Well, that is not the case. If something an individual knows what's best for him, they would not be consuming alcohol or smoking cigarettes or doing stuff that are not good for them. So usually people are not aware what is good for them, hence the government needs to intervene. All right, so we're talking about individuals, therefore this is a consumption externality that we need to consider. Pollution controls is incorrect because this is relating to production externalities. B is correct because subsidies would be given for merit goods such as education, so people would pursue more education. C, provision of public goods. Now. Provision of public goods is it creates market failure, but this is not an intervention, it's a provision they're providing. It's no intervention in a market, right? So C is incorrect. Regulation of monopolies, again monopolies are relating to production externalities, so D is incorrect as well. Moving on. In the diagram, the firm increases output from OY to OZ. Okay, which statement about economic efficiency is correct? Now, when we move from Y to Z, currently we are at this point. Now we are moving towards this point, and allocative efficiency is at point X, let's say. So at point X is allocative efficiency, and movement from Y to Z means we are coming closer to allocatively efficient points. It will increase. What statement about the effect of economic efficiency is correct? It will increase. Yes, it will increase because we are moving closer towards allocative efficiency, because a greater quantity would be produced and higher total revenue will be earned. Well, higher total revenue, it's not necessary because the prices are decreasing. The prices are always accounted from average revenue. The prices will decrease, so not necessarily higher revenues. It will increase because the value of consumer place on the product comes closer to the cost of producing the last unit. Well, the value, which means the price, is now coming closer to the cost of producing the extra unit, which is the marginal cost. Hence B is correct. It will decline. No, it won't decline, it will basically increase. So these both are also incorrect. A proposal for a new power station was rejected by the government because it was not socially beneficial. The government calculated that the private cost would be 800 million and the private benefits 900 and external benefits would be 800. What must have been true about external cost of the power station? Now, it is not socially beneficial, which means the social cost is greater than the social benefits. We know that the social benefits are 900 at this point and 300. If we add them both, we get 900 plus 300, we get 1200, right? And the social cost, we don't have external cost, we just have external private cost, which is 800. So if you're not opting for this project, which means that the external cost is more than 400, let's say 450, so that the social cost now becomes 1250, and it's not socially beneficial. So that is the answer. Let's look at the options. External costs were equal to the external benefits. No. If they were equal, the social benefits would have been greater. External costs were greater than 400. Yes, this is the right answer. External costs were less. No, they were more. There were no external costs. No, there is an external cost which is hidden. We need to find it on our own. What might help allocative efficiency? Differentiated product. Well, differentiated product, you're making different type of product, that does not make a product allocatively efficient. Government subsidies, yes, subsidies is a way to reduce market failure and increase allocative efficiency. Monopsony, no. Supernormal profits, no. Okay, let's get started. In 2015, the company electrified the main railway line between two cities in order to decrease journey time. The work was noisy, expensive, took a long time. Okay, so what would be the most likely outcome of this project? External costs. External costs have increased. Yes, they have increased. Why? Why? Because simply it's stating that there will be pollution. Sorry, it's noise pollution. Sorry, it will be noisy. Private benefits have decreased. Well, we don't know about anything about the private benefits at the moment. And we can say that the private benefits would increase. Why would they increase now? Because the journey time is taking less. So each individual that is making a decision to travel will now be able to travel at a shorter time. So private benefits would increase rather than decrease. And B is incorrect because it again states private benefits would decrease. The private benefits will increase, right? They will increase because once the journey time decreases, there'll be more customers, so the private benefits will increase in the future. The private cost has increased because, yes, it's taking long time and it's expensive at the moment, right? That would be the reason why a company is taking over the project. Now, always remember, whenever a private sector, now it does not indicate it's a private sector or not, but assuming it's a private sector would always take a decision that increases their private benefits and their private costs. So the company itself would be earning more revenues when this new railway line has been linked, right? That is why private benefits will increase. And the external cost has also increased. So had this been an relating to external cost, it would have been correct as well, right? So D is incorrect because private costs have increased, external costs have decreased. No, it has increased. Which measure is specifically designed to reduce divergence between private and social cost? Okay, this means social cost is equal to external cost plus private cost, right? This is the formula. Now, if we make a policy, a measure to make this come closer to this, we need to reduce this by the maximum amount, right? Or we can just uh, put the external cost into the private cost, internalizing the external cost. That's the concept, right? So let's look at the options. Equal pay legislation, well, it has nothing to do with the external cost. Minimum wage, nothing to do with the external cost. Abolition of tuition fees paid by the university student, nothing to do with the external cost. Introduction of bus only lanes in the city centers. Now, if there are only bus lanes, so there won't be any traffic jams or traffic congestions, the external cost is decreasing. And as I discussed earlier, there would be two answers. Either the external cost is decreasing or the external cost is being internalized, which means that the producer is bearing those external costs. So introduction of bus only lanes in the city center would reduce traffic congestion, and once the congestion has reduced, voila, your social cost and a private cost would now be become closer, right? When will an economic activity create net social benefit, which means that the social benefit is greater than the social cost? Let's look at the option. Okay, private benefit plus external benefit minus private cost plus external cost is negative. This means that the benefits are smaller, right? So this cannot be the answer. Private benefit plus external benefit, this means this is social benefits, right? Minus private cost plus external cost, this is social cost, right? Is positive. Positive indicating that the benefits are greater. So B. Okay. The diagram shows the private and social cost and benefits of production in a free market that result in a market failure. Which change in output would be necessary to overcome this market failure? All right. So initially, if there is market failure, so we are producing at this point, at point M, private cost and private benefit. Now, if we want to eliminate market failure, we need to produce at the quantity L. So we need to move from M to L, and that is C, right? A project has a social cost of 100 million, private cost of 40 million, external benefit of 20 million, and net social value is 0. All right. So the social cost is 100, which means that the external cost is 60 because the private cost is 40, right? An external benefit of 20. Net social value is 0. Okay, net social value means social cost minus social benefit is equal to 0. So if the social cost is 100, external benefits are 80, what will be my private benefits? 20. 100 minus 100 will give me 80. All right, let's look at the options. External cost is greater than external benefits. Well, the external costs are not greater than the external benefits. The external benefits are greater. Oh, sorry. I messed this up. This is external benefits. Yes, external benefits, which is 20. Okay. 20, private is 80. Sorry. All right. So, yes, the external cost is greater, external cost is 60. The private cost is greater than external cost. The private cost is not greater. It's 40 and 60. So, no. Private cost is greater than private benefits. Private cost is 40 is greater than private benefits. No. Social cost is greater than social benefits. No. It's equal. It is equal, right? So, therefore, it's not the right answer. The diagram shows the cost and revenue curves for a firm. At which price does allocative efficiency occur? Okay, MC is equal to AR. Let's look at MC. Oops. MC, AR. It's this point going back to A. So A is the right answer. 70. The government is considering improving the rail links in the country. It also has to choose one of the four high speeds routes. The benefits and cost of each route are shown below. Which route should be chosen? Okay, the one that has the highest social benefits. As simple as that, right? So let's sum them. Let's add them all. Oops. This becomes 34. This becomes 0.5. The net difference becomes 33.5. And solving for all, we'll have to solve for all, there is no other way. So this becomes 38 minus 2, this gives me 36. C, 30 minus 1.2, this gives me 28.8. Yes. And this gives me 38 minus 6 gives me 32. So the highest is B. We should go for B. The diagram shows the market that creates negative externality and no positive externalities. The current level of consumption is Q1. Let's identify Q1. So Q1 is because we are producing at private cost is equal to private benefits. The government decides to tax the producer of the good. Which size of tax should result in a socially efficient allocation of resources? So if this is my social cost, ideally we should be moving at this point, at Q2. So the tax should be the vertical distance from this point to this point, which is x till v. So x till v till x, b is the right answer. Moving on, 19. Which statement is correct? In a command economy, firms compete and profit maximize allocating resources efficiently. Well, no. In a command economy or planned economy, we do not have private firms. So B is also incorrect because it's stating it's privately owned. In a market economy, prices are used to signal the value of individual resources. Yes. Economy resources are allocated by central planners, which means the government. Well, the answer is no. A very easy MCQ. The diagram shows the market for a product, the production of which has both external cost and external benefits. What is the difference between the level of output that would be produced by the market and the socially optimum level? The market would produce at marginal private benefit and no marginal private cost, which is at this point, which is X. Socially optimum point would be social benefits and social costs, so they intersect over here and y. So we would need to increase the production from x to y. X to y, yes. C is supposedly the right answer. Okay, a big one. The government is considering building flood defenses along a river. It has calculated the cost and benefits as follows: cost, benefits. Okay, let's calculate the total cost, which is 510, and the benefits would be 450. According to the cost benefit analysis, which decision and reasoning about flood defenses is correct? Because the social benefits are less, we will not go for the production. Simple, do not build. Because social costs are greater and social benefits are lower. Simple as that. As simple. 22. Oh, it has ended. All right. So, unfortunately, I was ill today, but I managed to make this video. I hope you learned something out of it. Until next time, thank you. Goodbye.